Hey there, welcome to Shandy's Garden. I'm going to show you how I fill up my Greenstalk. They finally came out with the pink, so excited. And I've got 3 tiers already done, so I'm going to pause the video, put you over on the table, talk about the mix. We'll listen to the fountain over there, and we'll listen to some birds. We're not doing a garden tour right now, but I'm going to show you, I don't know, the easiest way to fill one, in my opinion. So, be right back. Okay, total amateur here. I'm going to run around. Here I come. Got my painting pants on. Here we go. So, I buy bags of compost when I'm out of compost, which I am now. But what I do is I've broken up all the compost because it has big chunks and it had some pieces of manure in it. And I also put perlite in. So this is some of my own compost. This is bagged compost with manure, and it's some perlite too. You can see about how much I do. I also wet it a little bit, you know, while it's in my big tub. And as I layer it in, you know, the tier to the Greenstalk, I'm going to do that in there too. I actually tape up the hole so that we don't get any big chunks down in the cup below, or this reservoir below, when I put the layer on. I filled the first 3 actually in place, but now it's getting a little bit tall. So we are going to put this in. You know what? I'm going to bring it over here so you can see. I'm going to do about half of it like this, because I've already mixed the top portion with perlite, and I've got more perlite down there. Every time I put a bag of something in this big bin, I put some perlite first, then I put the bag, then I put more perlite. So I can constantly be finding new perlite to mix in. It's great. So I'm going to fill this about 3/4 of the way up. And we're going to pack it down and water it as we go. Typically it would be on the ground, or it would be on a little table. But I've just got it here for y'all right now. And it smells wonderful. No, really. I don't mind. Soil and compost smells amazing. But when they add hunks of manure in here, it's not great. But I don't mind. It's that time of year where we're still excited about everything, right? It hasn't really overwhelmed us yet. So, I'm going to pack it down. Hose link hose. I love it, y'all. Anyway, so I'm going to get some water down in here. Yes, it's going to be heavy, lifting it up. But, you know, that's just the way it is. But I've got a little trick that I think everybody's going to like. Because I'm putting baby seedlings in here before I take off out of town. I don't want them to be under the lights anymore, because I really don't think here in Cincinnati we're going to get a freeze. And if we do, there are herbs and brassicas that can take it. So, here we go. Ooh. What I do at this point, this is kind of me. I've really never seen anybody else do it. I've not seen anybody take a canvas, throw some hardware cloth on there, not a canvas, but a picture frame that had a canvas. I just ripped that out, and it was actually a painting canvas. This is what's behind a normal painting canvas, is just a frame. So I took it off, cut some hardware cloth, and put some duct tape. Yes, that's duct tape around the edge, because I don't want to hurt myself. You don't want to hurt yourself either. And stapled it on. So anyway, this is my screen. What I like to do is screen some really fine media for those baby roots that are going to be going in here. At first I was just doing it in the bucket and picking up the fine and putting it in here. I was actually making little mounds just where I was going to put the plants, only in the pockets, and the rest in the middle, no big deal. It can be the bigger media, but I like the super fine sift, you know? So we're putting teeny babies in here. And that's important to me, that they not have to fight too much, you know, too much to get their roots down. And all this stuff is huge. So it just sort of goes in the next tier. Bottom of that tier. Anyway, so this fine stuff can go over that way. We can put bigger stuff in the middle. I looked at the prices last night at the big box store for potting soil, and I swear, couldn't even get a cubic foot for under like $12. So this is supposed to take a cubic foot for each tier. And when I already knew I had Coco Coir, I already knew I had some of my own compost, and I saw bags of compost plus manure for like under $5. It was like $4 at Lowe's here in Cincinnati. Then I thought, duh, that's what I'm gonna do. I've kind of switched gears here. I wanted to put more in here before I did the fine stuff, so that's what I'm doing. Adding a little bit more. Now I'll go ahead and show you what I was talking about. I'll just make mounds for where you can put the plants. You can either sift it right over the tier for a while, or you can do like I'm about to do. I'm going to do like I did on the other 3 tiers. I'm going to just sift me some into my bucket, my bin. And then what I was doing was just getting some and putting the fine stuff right where I'm going to plant, you know? Seems to work out fine. I already did my chocolate Greenstalk with a purple sprouting broccoli. So, and that's what I did. Filled it up with more coarse stuff, and then I put a little mound of the fine stuff right where I'm going to put the baby. Well, okay. This one needs a little more. I'm like that. I gotta have the same height everywhere. I know this kind of looks random and OCD kind of all over the place, but that's just me. Anyway, and then I'll put some handfuls in the middle, because you want, at least I think, you want your soil to touch the bottom of this when you put it on, because those little emitters right here, you're gonna want to line them up with each pocket. You'll see it even has a little bit of a grade so that the water comes into each one of these. You don't want, I'm gonna rinse this off, but you don't want any little pieces in there. But when you put it on, I think the soil should be right up to it, because that's gonna hold, just like a hugelkultur bed, that media it's gonna hold all the water, and then it'll let it go to each pocket. But you want to get all this cleaned up and sprayed, and then you want to put this on and put it on your tower. I sometimes put a tower together with all of them on the ground and then I lift them. Sometimes I stack them beside me, but that's the important stuff. Having a finer mix right where you're going to put your baby. Covering this up with tape. Well, I wouldn't have to cover it up while it was sitting here, obviously, but you'd want it covered up if you were trying to fill it in place until you put the one above it on, until you're ready to put the next one on. You'd want to have that tape on there. But these, if they're not oriented perfect, I guess, you know, it's not going to matter, but that's the way it is designed. You are supposed to have those holes right facing a pocket. Very cool. This is a little different than the chocolate one I got like a couple years ago. The holes are smaller, so I think it drips a lot slower. It seemed to just run through the tower pretty quickly, so I'm glad they changed the design. Even this is the top reservoir where you'll fill it up. I still like to have fun and turn my tower and spray it with my sprayer, just because I'm going to turn it anyway. But these holes are just so much smaller than the chocolate one. I can grab the chocolate one real quick, show you. They are bigger. I mean, I didn't do that. It came bigger. Hope you can see that. So it's a little different. Their logo is even different, which is cool. The logo is on this one, on every single pocket. And used to, you would have to fill it up based on how many tiers that you had to those marks. But now, I think they got the speed just right. There's no marks along the side. And the Greenstalk garden looks different, the logo. Holes are smaller. So that is a comparison of the two different ones for you. Even how they go together is different now. With the bottom, let me grab that. The new cherry blossom has a place to stick the pocket edge in between this space here. And whereas the chocolate one didn't have that. This little inside piece is not there on the chocolate one, so it just was easier to put together, honestly. Having to line this edge and sit it like that. I'm sorry, that's wrong. Having to line this edge and sit it in there. It is difficult when you're standing with this thing full of soil. It's still the same width edge, but you have to stagger them. The pocket is going to go in between the lower two pockets. This is certainly a mess because it's light pink, but we will fix that. So that is my suggestion on filling them. Put the coarsest stuff on the bottom, and then your regular crumble mix in the middle. Your finer sifted on top, but this can be however you want. You can buy potting mix, but I didn't want to spend that kind of money. I just keep a big tub like this, and I put my Coco Coir in here, or my perlite, or my own compost, or even small things out of the garden I'll put in here. So even plant matter in here. I have a compost bin, but I use this almost as a compost bin too. It sits outside all the time. It's black. I water it. You need to, but this will get really warm, and so it just speeds up the breaking down. And I see white particles in here all the time. I see things growing in here. Mycorrhizae, I see that in here, and you can tell when it smells amazing, and you don't smell just raw manure anymore, that this is perfect soil. So I'm going to stop the video, pause the video that is, and then I will come back to you in a sec. Okay, I did want to show you that I am going to clean all of this. There's the clean one ready for me to stack. But I'm going to clean this one too. What I'm going to do to pick it up is put my fingers on those difficult areas I was telling you about. I'm going to pick it up by that difficult area, and I'm going to target my fingers right here, because that's where that new indent is harder than with the chocolate one. But there's the chocolate one, full of the little broccoli babies. Pretty cool. Anyway, I'm going to pause again, because I got nobody to hold the camera to show you me lifting this beast up on that beast. Yep, we're going to clean this out. little bit more. I'm going to take the tape off. Here, let me just take the tape off now before I forget. There we go. Put it in my painter pocket. These are my painting shorts, gardening shorts, same thing. Anyway, here. Get this clean. There we go. Okay. We're going to line it up. Holes towards each pocket. Don't want any debris in here that can't get through them holes. Okay, so now I'm going to lift. I'm going to try to walk over there and put you on the table. See if I can get you pointed right. Hang tight. Okay, here I come. I'm walking around. Beautiful me. Nobody ever sees my face. So, that's a one-time show. Alright. Here we go. Maybe you can see what I'm going to do here. Fingers. Right where I know it's got to line up. We'll clean her off in a minute. But there you go. It popped in place. And she's all good. We got one more to go. My little muddy table I'm working on. I hope you can see that that's how I held it, because I knew I needed to line this up. So I'm going to pause you again. Here we go. Okay, I've got the Greenstalk assembled. I'm sitting too close to it, but it's assembled. And I just wanted to show you what I'm planting. I've got catnip that way too tiny to do anything with. All this was started at the same time. So catnip took forever. Got some cilantro. And then some dwarf lemon cilantro. Really? I can't tell the difference right now. But it's slow growing, because it's a dwarf. And then some dill fern. Or fern dill. And then Susan gave me some of her dill. Well, it looks about the same. I don't know. And then dwarf Greek basil. I just went a little crazy. I thought I was going to make 6 packs and give those out, but I don't think I'm going to. I don't know. I'm just going to take some in as micro basil and plant some in here. Anyway, Greek oregano barely coming up. I mean, I don't have a date on this stuff, but it seems like it's been a month. Anyway, so Greek oregano, teeny, rosemary, teeny, sage. One of my faves. And then a mix. I don't like mixed packs, but somebody gave me a mixed pack of mints. I don't know. You know, when you get something you like, I don't know how to tell what it is. So anyway, I'm going to pull these out, separate them, find the strongest ones, and plant in my Greenstalk. Be right back. Okay, I just wanted to show you this cilantro, however you want to say it, how strong it is. Look at this root, y'all. Boy, that's crazy. Anyway, so I know the sun is out. It wasn't a second ago, but I'm planting these. And I'm not going to do it one-handed. Just can't do it. But if your soil is really soaking wet, you can easily detangle these. Just saying. Okay, hang on. Just a sec. I'll be back. So that really long taproot was actually two little competitors. They've been in the ring down there, in the cell ring, wrestling it out. So I wish I learned how to edit, and then I wouldn't have to keep pausing you guys. It's crazy. Okay, hang tight. By the way, you want to put the bigger plants at the bottom. Well, they're all herbs. They're all going to have the potential to be really big, but I wanted to show you my sharpened dowel. whenever I have a big taproot like that, or if I need to be real specific on how deep I'm planting. I have a hoary knife with measurements, but in the Greenstalk, I like to have a dowel, or even over there in the raised beds. I like having a dowel over there. Anyway, just wanted to show you that real quick. I'm going to poke a big, long, deep hole for this cilantro in the bottom pocket. I'm going to go all the way around the bottom with cilantro. And then I'm going to go to the dill, probably. And then we'll do the others. So, hang on. Okay, I just wanted to show you what I'm doing. Probably something wrong with it, but I'm putting 4 in a pocket. These are the dwarf plants, and I'll just thin out whatever is weaker. And I've got sage in and dill in, cilantro, and I'm just a mess. Dirt everywhere, mud, but whatever. Just wanted to show you. We got progress, and I love my stick. Making a little bit of a little trench, putting those what do you call that? There's triplets, quadruplets, whatever. The 4 babies in a pocket. Cool, right? Hang on. Okay, so I did it. We got cilantro at the bottom, then dill, then sage, and then rosemary. And at the top I've got all the dwarf basil. Too many though, too many. 24 of those little babies. We got some oregano, we got some mixed stuff in some of the pockets, so. And I can't wait to go grab a washcloth and clean all that off. I'm never going to regret getting pink. I don't care if it's muddy pink. It's still pink. So anyway, I'm going to take the extras because I don't know. I just can't kill them. Not all of them. And I'm going to put this little rack together that's like an antique. Got it at an antique mall. Just don't paint your porch blue. When I had a pool, I thought that was a great idea. But I'd rather have it dark, slate gray, or black, or brown, or something. I don't know. Anyway, so that's it. My chocolate. And my, well, right now I'm calling it the cherry blossom, but don't look at the mess over there. That's still the area I haven't done yet. Volunteers coming up all over the place in the chicken yard. I don't even have the chickens anymore. So, just volunteers everywhere, of course. Anyway, there it is. The 2 most beautiful things ever. And over here, there's going to be a white one or slate one or something. Some kind of cream. So we got our Neapolitan. Slight differences, but I love them both. I hope this was helpful. And you can do it any kind of way. I like perlite because I can see the perlite in the mix. But some people love vermiculite. I just would rather see my perlite, knowing that it's in there. You can use Coco Coir, you can use peat moss, whatever. You can get bagged stuff. But I wanted to avoid anything Miracle Grow. It's just the organic way to put it together. That's just what I prefer. So, been a long video because, like I said, I don't know how to edit yet. I'm too busy having fun to edit. I hear it's a pain in the butt. So, talk to you later. Thanks for hanging out with Shandy in my Shandy's garden for just a minute. Or 24 minutes. Alright, bye.